Yo, what is going on, guys? Got some BT6 double diamond gameplay for you guys. As you can see by my opening hand, I am playing a new variant of purple, featuring, some of the cards that gain you advantage off of discarding. So stuff like Gankoomon and Gankoomon and Goblimon and Ogremon, and the main boss monster being Titamon. So I think these cards are pretty sick and they have some nice combos, but I still feel like it's just a little bit underwhelming. But if you combine it with something like Omnimon's Ward, and there's got the Lilith combos as well, with the Gankoomon promote, that stuff's kind of crazy. All right, so we got black up top. I believe this is kind of like a reboot black variant for the BT6 meta, and I honestly am kind of gonna be highlighting my opponent's deck a little bit more just because it's pretty solid, right? Lots of people enjoy a lot of the Digimon that are in the kind of black color, and we're getting a lot of really cool ones in BT6. So Gankoomon is one of the biggest powerhouses for the kind of new black strategy, just being able to delete any Digimon, and it's the only stipulation being that it has to have the lowest play cost, but if you've got multiple Digimon with the same play cost, it deletes all of them. So anyways, I'm just going to build up in my breeding area and then play the Sora and Mimi dual tamer, and my opponent is going to respond by keeping his Metal Greymon in the breeding area and then just play a copy of Machmon with the decoy ability, basically meaning if I am trying to delete one of his other Digimon, he can force me to delete the Machmon instead. Now, as you can see, my hand is not very good, so I figured I might as well try to draw some cards and then use the Sora and Mimi to draw and discard as well. And I don't really care if my Gankoomon dies right now because I've got other stuff in hand that I can potentially do stuff with. I am going to run into my opponent's Dark Tyrannomon there. I believe they're both 5,000, but I actually did have the plus, I think it's 2,000 from the Goblimon inherited whenever you discard one of your cards from your hand. You get DP boost, so that's pretty nice. And I'm going to play a copy of Gray Memory Boost, fetching back the Gankoomon, and then just playing it for a 4 memory cost, leaving my opponent with 4. Now, he is going to bring out his Metal Greymon, who also has the Kapurimon, putting him at 8,000, and then also the Greymon giving him jamming. So that's really nice. He'll be able to potentially swing security, or he could just run over, my Gankoomon right now. All I really need is a level 5 in hand. That would be really sick. But anyways, my opponent is going to evolve into Black Mach Gankoomon for a cost of 3. This Digimon not only has reboot, but then it also has a nice inherited effect where if, the dude on top of it has reboot, it gives you plus 2,000, which I feel like isn't extremely necessary. I guess because you already have jamming in the form of Greymon, but actually no, it's pretty nice when you're trying to attack over other Digimon as opposed to attacking your opponent's security. So that's pretty cool. So then he's going to swing with the Metal Greymon as well. Has jamming, but it's not super relevant since hit a Tapirmon, and then he's just going to go into Gankoomon, and Gankoomon says delete all of your opponent's Digimon on the field with the lowest play cost. Since I only had one Digimon, that is going to be deleted. Now right here, my opponent's Black Mach Gankoomon does have reboot, so it should unsuspend here. I do apologize for that, but it will not impact the game in any way. So anyways, I'm going to start with 5 because of the Sora and Mimi there, and then I'm going to play Matt, get back the Goblimon, Digivolve the Goblimon on the Demimeramon, draw a card, go into Devimon, draw another card, finally drew into the Skull Greymon there. Skull Greymon's really nice because he not only has the inherited effect of Retaliation, but he also has a really cool effect where if you actually just discard him via an effect, you can stick him underneath any of your current Digimon. So sticking him underneath something like a blocker, or even maybe one of your level 3s like Tapirmon or something, that's pretty sick. So I think Skull Greymon's really nice. But anyways, my opponent is going to attack with the Gankoomon. He does have security attack plus, I think he's just checking one card right here because he doesn't have reboot currently, but he does have the Metal Greymon. That's why I was like, wait, does he have a security attack? But nope. So he's just going to hit 1 for 12,000, run into a Guiamon, probably debating to swing with the Black Mach Gankoomon as well. He did put me at 3 security, and he doesn't really need to swing with that guy because he's just going to go into Omnimon's Ward for a 6 cost, mill 3 cards, and then is going to be able to bring back 2 Digimon that are black or purple, in this case black because his deck is mono black, that are 8 cost or lower. So Zort is just an absolutely insane card. Like, we've seen him, how powerful he is in the set 5 meta, and he just continuously gets better as we get more cards in this game, being able to bring back his Metal Greymon as well as a Dark Tyrannomon, because he knows I've got retaliation on some of my stuff. Bringing back a blocker is also nice just to protect his Omnimon Zwart. Now, I'm only going to have 3 at the start of my turn. I'm debating whether or not to bring out that Skull Greymon. Titamon, unfortunately, is a 4 cost. If I had the, I believe it is the Gankoomon, where when you discard a card, you get to gain a memory, so then that would put me back at 3, or at 0. However, I also do have the Grave Memory Boost on field, which has the delay effect of you can just send it to the graveyard at any point during your turn and gain 2 memory. And since my opponent doesn't have any, memory chokers or anything, I'm going to be able to start at 5. And then go into Titamon. Titamon has a nice effect where you get to discard 1 card when Digivolving, and then play a level 4 or lower purple Digimon from your trash at no cost. Now, that is a pretty decent effect, but then he also has another effect where I believe it's like if you trash something this turn, you get security attack +1, so that is pretty sick as well. Having a 12,000 Digimon, actually 14,000 with the Goblimon, and then who's, checking multiple security cards. But at this point in the game, because he does have the Zwart as well. Actually, Titamon gains the another 2,000 from his effect as well. So I think right here I was trying to attack over the Zwart. Yep. So currently he is at 16,000. My opponent is going to block with the Dark Tyrannomon. Wow, that is really big. I didn't even realize that. Yeah, that's pretty sick. So then my opponent is going to block with the Dark Tyrannomon. I also have the Underworld's Call in my hand, which I believe that is just a Monster Reborn for a purple level 4. And then if it's discarded from your hand, you get to just draw a card. So I'm going to trigger Sora and Mimi a little bit late here. It's supposed to be when attacking. So when my Titamon attacks, I get to trigger that and then discard that Underworld's Call and then draw another card since it was discarded. But I still really need to establish some sort of either some blockers here or get rid of his Digimon, because he will have 4 attacks for the next turn, and Omnimon Zwart will be able to delete one of my Digimon as well. I do have the Rebellimon in trash. The Rebellimon's really cool because you can make him a blocker when Digivolving just by trashing card in your hand, which is really nice. He not only gets blocker, but he also gets retaliation, so that's a really sick combo. Unfortunately, playing him from Zwart is like not the best, because at that point he's just a 7,000 vanilla. So anyways, my opponent is going to unsuspend his Digimon and then probably just go for a game here. I don't think there's really anything I can do unless we see something crazy in security, but I'm not sure what I was playing in this build, whether it be like a Trump Sword or a Hell's Gate or something, but anyways, we are going to see the Omnimon Zwart declare an attack on the on my own Zwart there, actually, and then bounce back the Gankoomon to delete something with a 12 play cost or lower, so delete my Black Orc Realmon. So crashing there was a very interesting choice, but I guess he figured it hurt me more than it would have hurt him, and then he is just going to go into Gankoomon as a follow-up play. Gankoomon will then delete the Digimon with the lowest play cost. We've gotten rid of another one of my Digimon, and he's going to swing, and then since I do have an unsuspended Digimon, Gankoomon actually does check 2 cards, so that is going to be a game, and I believe I'm just going to scoop it up anyways. So then game 2, as you saw, I just went ahead and played a Gankoomon for 5. Not the best opening hand. My opponent is going to start by just Digivolving into his Toy Agumon and then playing a copy of Black Memory Boost, allowing him to reveal the top 4 cards of his deck and add any one of those Black Digimon to his hand, and then Black Memory Boost will stay on the field, and then it also has the delay effect, meaning he can trash at any point to gain 2 memory. So we see he took the Gankoomon there. So that's going to be a little bit rough. Now, if I just have, maybe like a level 3 or a level 5, that'd be really nice so I can get the draws going, and then hopefully go into my Chaos Gallantmon and just get rid of one of his level 4s or level 5s or lower, so that'd be pretty sick. But he might be anticipating that I have something like that, so he is just going to keep his Metal Greymon there and just Digivolve on up in the breeding area and not committing anything to the field. So I'm going to to hatch my Digimon. Guy did actually draw into the Gankoomon promote, who is really nice. He's actually a level 4 who has Rush, so that's actually pretty crazy. There's some combos there with Omnimon's Wart. If you go into him for free off a Mega Digimon Fusion, then you can bring this guy back. He's got Rush, and then you gain some memory by attaching a Gankoomon underneath him and stuff. So it's actually a really, really cool combo, and I'm not sure I'll be able to show it off just because it requires so many combo pieces. But anyways, I'm just going to Digivolve him for 1 and then just play a Chaos Gankoomon because I'm like, you know what, I got this Wart. There's like not really much I can do here, so I might as well commit something to the field. But giving him 10, of course, is probably going to result in my demise. So he's just going to bring out the Metal Greymon there, and then most likely going to go into Gankoomon. But nope, we're going to see a Black Metal Garurumon, or I guess it's just called Metal Garurumon, but I like to call him Black Metal Garurumon. Anyway, so that guy has the on Digivolve effect of Digiburst 2, and then I believe you get to delete something with a 6 play cost or less, which is quite convenient. My Gankoomon had an exact play cost of 6, but either way, he is a pretty powerful Digimon. And then not only that, but since he does have Reboot, the Metal Greymon will give him Security Attack +1. So then he's going to hit Security. I'm going to activate a Grey Memory Boost, and then he's going to run into his Wart, which was super fortunate for me because Wart is 15,000, and even though his Metal Garurumon did have the boost from the Kapurimon, he was not able to run over my Omnimon's Wart in Security. But my opponent still does have 7 memories, so then instead he is just going to play a copy of Toy Agumon, and then go into Dark Tyrannomon for 1, just trying to get those draws, and then go into a copy of Mamemon for 3. He does have the decoy effect as well. He's also got a nice on-deletion effect, so I'm curious to see what he's going to go into here, but of course we knew he's going to go into Gankoomon, and then since Chaos Gankoomon is the only Digimon on my side of the field, he does have, you know, the lowest play cost by definition, so he's just going to end up dying. So Gankoomon, just a really, really powerful card in certain situations. I really like him. So now I'm going to start with 4, which is cool. However, I just really don't have anything I can do. So I'm just going to go ahead and play my Gankoomon for 5 memory. So my opponent is going to start Hatches Kapurimon, go into Gatsumon, the level 3 blocker there, and then swing with Gankoomon, checking 2 security cards because he does have the effect where if your opponent has an unsuspended Digimon, you get to gain Security Attack +1. And unfortunately, he didn't hit his Wart or anything, so he's in a pretty good position, just Digivolving in the back there, and then playing a Toy Agumon. He's got Lethal on board, so unless I do something significant, I don't really think I can come back from this. I've only got 3 memory, so I can either play a blocker, which he can still get around, and then I can play the Ogremon, but no, instead I'm going to activate the Great Memory Boost, go to 0, play the Ogremon, use his effect, trash a card, delete the Toy Agumon, because Ogremon does have that nice on-play effect, and then now that I'm at 0, I basically just have to play the Devimon to round off my turn. I only have 2 cards in hand, guys. This is so bad. So, anyways, my opponent is going to start, bring out his Dark Tyrannomon, swing with the Gankoomon, and I'm not going to block. I'm just going to let that go through, and then Matt goes ahead and activates Office Security, which is super nice, getting me back the Gabumon, which I desperately needed, but at this point it is most likely too late. So with 6 memory, my opponent could probably go into his Wart if he has it, but he's just going to play a Machmon for a copy of, for a cost of 4, get rid of the Black Memory Boost, go back to 4 because he does gain 2 memory, and then Digivolve into the Black Galgamon for a cost of 1, which is really nice, for 3, putting him at 1. And then he's still got the blocker on field, so there's not really anything I can do to threaten him as well. Even if I had something with Retaliation, for example, I wouldn't be able to kill the Gankoomon. And then he's just going to play another Machmon, so not only does he have the blocker, but then he also has the protection from the decoy ability as well. So he's got all his bases covered. Digivolve the Gabumon there, and then I drew into the War Growlmon too little too late, so I'm going to be able to evolve into him for 3, and then most likely just go Chaos Gallantmon here to be able to get rid of something but with 0 security, guys, there is not really anything I can do, so that is going to be game, guys. If you did enjoy the video, go ahead and let me know down in the comments. Do you think Titamon is a competitively viable strategy for purple, or do you think we're better off just sticking to Lilith Loop and Chaos Gallantmon control? And what do you think about the blocker reboot version of this black deck with the Gankoomon? I think it's really, really powerful, especially with stuff like Omnimon Sword. So anyways, guys, that's going to be the video. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.